So, what's up, guys? This is round 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 2020 season at NJMP Lightning. So, it's very cold today. It's about 47 degrees out there today. I think it's going to warm up to about 65, 70 degrees. But another day of the 86 Cup in the making. So, again, very grateful for everybody who came out today. We have 17 drivers, or actually 16 drivers. I gotta recount the number, but regardless, that's a lot for the Northeast regions. So we have our own dedicated run group today, running with Mo HPDE. So what's gonna happen is we have our own run group, and since we're trying to really make the season work this year, we are gonna basically run the timing ourselves. So I'll be actively running just to collecting times and from each and everybody. But again, we're running with our own group, so a lot of things are a lot easier. Most of the driver, we already know who they are, so that's easy for me to manage. Car-wise, same old, RE71, testing it, for driving the same time for the whole season. Supercharger, I found out why my car is smoking. I think my catch can, it's actually overfilling. Every 2-track day, I think my catch can start to overfill, and when it overfill, it will start to smoke. So it's a common issue. I just need to keep an eye on the engine and the health and everything. But anyway, it looks like it's a good day to run a decent lap time here. I'm pretty excited myself because I have never drove my car with this much power on this track. I have no clue where to brake. And on top of which, I'm running the RE71s. I think I've ran here RE71s one time, and the rest of the times it was just like SX2, which was a blast to drive. So I'll do a quick tour about who's here and whatnot, just kind of walk around the paddock. But there's a lot of cars, and we're gonna have some fun today.
Donald, you're getting squirrely. Woo! Donald got sideways. See how much speed they carry, man?
So currently this is lunchtime right now, so apparently the finishing pub is open. So I think a lot of these guys are out to get food, to bring it back. Well, at least Alan's bringing my food back. having really weird behavior in my car. So I'm trying to learn how to diagnose the car. I guess like part of the having data acquisition tool was just to kind of diagnose like what the problem is. So my problem is at any like left-handed turns, my tail would just kick out. So I initially thought like, well, man, I must be really bad at driving this. And so I kind of progressively try to check the data, and the data actually indicated that at the apex of the turn, I'm only about like 20% throttles, and I'm actually not even full throttle until much later, because of course like my car's sliding, right? So I'm like, oh shit, let me get in power later. So I'm kind of diagnosing what the problem is. Hopefully I'll try to find out. So I rotated the tires a little bit to see if the issue is coming from the alignment, or maybe it's the tires, maybe just the age of that one tires. I also have very bad habits of mix matching tires from different events. So there could be like 2 new tires and the back are kind of old, or in this case 3 of them are actually decent life, one of them is kind of like no good. But we'll see. Let's see if I can diagnose that. So yeah, as far as time-wise, I ran at 1:13 so far, and if you see my video, you see that I'm actually wrestling the car half the time. But these guys are quick. Both Craig and Travis both ran in the 111 categories, and I clearly got some work to do. I mean, let's see where I end up today. I'll be honest, if I get in the 12, that'd be great. There's like a lot of items here on this track, but I don't know where to brake. Like there's a lot of things I gotta work on. So I think the final issue is I'm just not familiar with the car yet, versus like before I was just like, you know, go full send on the car. I think part of it is my issue, part of me maybe the setup issue, or maybe just I'm just not driving fast enough. I'm running out of talent, so I gotta buy talent somewhere else. So I'm gonna have lunch and then we'll have more sessions later on. I have a chat with all these guys. Oh, Craig, you bought a new car!
Yeah.
And if it's the rev matches on, and if it's white, it's on.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll get...
Will it mess me up if I have it on and I still rev match myself?
Yup, yeah. It will.
So I wander off then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it easy. I'm not gonna be crazy.
Arwen's a good car sales guy.
I'm gonna go off. Wow, this is me, dude.
Hello everybody, we're back out here. Hey! And look what happened. Donald, what's going on?
You know, typical supercharger issue, you know. Overflow of coolant, I guess. I don't know. I think our hose kind of maybe went loose, so we're just taking off the bumper to see what's going on.
We'll provide another update shortly.
And if you're building that pressure, you're going, it's gotta be. I don't see nothing leaking. And this shimmying, because look, you got it full, dude. Look how full it is.
I know that. Yeah. You're like the 4th guy that said that.
Great, so yeah, I think that's what it is, dude. At least I'm hoping that's what it is.
So we think after taking out the bumper and everything, we think that it was because of this guy that's like leaking, or just overfilling of coolant. So I'm actually spraying coolant everywhere, like on my windshield. Hopefully it's really overfilling of coolant and it's not anything serious, but it seems like it got a little bit better. But you know, we'll clean it and go out and see what's up. So quick update, because a lot of things have happened. This is the end of the track day. Kind of went from me fixing my car to you know, the end of the track day. So what really happened, right? So a lot of things happened. First of all, my car been spilling coolant. I just don't know where it's the overflow coming from. I think it's from one of the clips that is not good, so I'm probably gonna readjust that. Now, you know, they thought I put in too much coolant, so we started taking coolants out, and hopefully that was gonna fix that, but unfortunately that didn't, because you know, sure, less coolant was coming out, but then at the end of the track day, I just checked now, my coolant was almost empty. So basically a lot of them was spilled out and a lot of them was extracted out. So still got to figure out where it's leaking in the system. I might ended up doing something like changing all the clamps and just re-bleed the system, or something that I probably have to learn myself or something. Either that, or I have to have Evans or somebody professional to do it, because I'm just not that good with it. So anyway, it was a really good track day. I actually get to drive Dave's car, the stock class car, and I'll be honest with you, after going supercharging, I really miss how much fun a SX2 stock car is. It was super fun, super controllable. Literally just get the car, slap it together, and go to the track. No issue whatsoever, and it's super fun. Like, I'm dealing with headaches over here. I'm taking off my bumpers, fixing things and whatnot, and then I just hop in like Dave's car and just start ripping it. It was super fun. I'm super happy he let me drive it. I'll be more than happy to co-drive with his stock car in the future, and you know, that actually was pretty fun. The code where like I guess the reader cannot read it, so like the Ecotech cannot read the code that was coming in, which was kind of weird. So I spoke with Evan, and Evan was like, you know, don't worry too much about it, just kind of like clear it and see if it comes back. And it was kind of weird when it comes. Actually, it came on when I was in the middle of the bowl turn, which that was like super weird. I was like, why is there like, you know, things trickling? So it might be some kind of like steering sensor or whatever it might be. So anyway, yeah, so one odd thing about my car was that I feel like my brake pedals feel is not as strong. I think it's because I was using mixed fluid or something. I have some air in my system still, because when I drove Dave's stock car, like the car stopped on a dime. Like, oh, it was good braking. And I guess like partially maybe that's one of the reasons why like I was lacking the brakes, and I'm just not confident enough. Yeah, like I gotta step in deeper for the brakes, so maybe I'll bleed it a little bit. And thank you for everybody that came out and actually helped out with my car. You know, it's not a lot of time where like I broke down my car, and this is one of those times that it kind of did, and people just came around and started helping. It's just everybody. I couldn't thank everybody enough. Orlando said, like, it feels like I've been in the 86 for like 1,000 years, because a lot of those guys who we started with has already been not in New York or tri-state area anymore. You know, some of the guys moved to the locations, other guys moved to different platform, but you know, I'm actually very grateful that it grew to this point that people still take kind of interest in it. So thank you for everybody that's coming through and you know, coming to the actual events. 2020 may not be great. I mean, we'll make the best of it
every time, but
Yep. Could you help me take this away?
Yeah.
So what's up, guys? Today is actually September 23rd. A little bit of an update after the whole track day. Again, thanks to everyone for coming out. But there's been an issue with my car, and I think for further diagnosis that most likely my head gasket is most likely blown, and then the engine has to come out. Also, I'm getting now very excessive blow-bys, or one track day my entire cup is full. So came to a conclusions of what we should do as a next step, because as you guys know, I've been tracking my car since 3,000 miles, and I actually just hit 90,000 miles. The car went through tons of beating, and now is finally about time to go. So after some investigations and kind of looking the stuff into it, I think it was the best decisions that we should kind of swap the motors out and put another motor in it, because just if we fix the head gasket issue, the engine probably won't last very much longer, and kind of spend labor to do it all over again. So there's that. So we'll stay tuned with my car, but past weekend it was really fun with everybody out there, even though I have that alignment issue, which just coolant spraying everywhere. Not alignment issue, sorry, coolant issue. Anyway, Gonna give you guys updated. Car is now towed to Dunfab. They are gonna start to do some work on it, so then hopefully we'll see how long that takes, and depends on that, I may or may not miss the rest of the season, but that's why I have S2000. Not that I'm gonna track the S2000, but I still have a vehicle to kind of get around. So there's an update, and I will continue to let you guys know what's happening, and hopefully everything will be good, and I'll be back on track soon.